Okay, so let's sit down. I will request everybody to sit down, please. Call your mates. WhatsApp कर दीजिए, सबको अंदर बुला लीजिए. I will request our volunteers to ask everybody to come inside. We have to start the session. Please don't go outside now. Please sit down. We'll start otherwise. So the next topic is Introduction to Business Model, which will be taken by Wasim sir. So you all know him, so I don't think he needs an introduction again.
Hello. Okay.
We need all the teams to be present here because whoever is not present, we may not allow them tomorrow for the pitching sessions. So please inform your hostel mates, school mates, college mates to be present here for all the session today till dinner. Thank you. So we can start.
Hi, good afternoon, everyone. So I think a couple of seats are empty in the front. So if anyone wants to come front, that would be great. And while others are joining, let us have some quick icebreaker. Quick icebreaker in terms of, why exactly do we even come here, right? Why exactly do we work with these tools? Why exactly do we need to think so much in terms of working on startups, right? Why can't we just simply, use our common sense and start working on startups, right? So my question is this, right? Why innovate? There are obviously personal reasons to innovate. There might be internal reasons to innovate. There might be some external reasons as such. So I want each and everyone to think about that. Why exactly do you need to innovate? Why exactly do you need to put effort in terms of being systematic? It's easy to be in a auto mode, right? So it's easy to walk without direction. Why do you need some processes and systems while you're in startups? Right, and then I think just now, ma'am has also covered the, I think a tool, right? What was the name? What was the tool? Some canvas, again you had just gone through it. Value proposition canvas. If someone can just summarize it in one line, what exactly it is, how is it going to help you? Yes, sir. To make your product unique and different from others. Okay, good reason. What about others? What is the essence? What have you taken from that session? Because why I'm asking you is it's very connected. Each and every tool which we practice here is very connected here. Yeah. Yeah. So quick exercise here. So it's always we see that the front benches are there at the front and the back benches are always at the back. So we just want to flip it. So I request the front benches to go back and the back benches to come front. I will come to you guys. If there is definitely any questions, I would definitely walk. So my sessions are always there. Quickly, if we can have. These are all toppers, is it? Toppers. Let's see if the landscape is different for toppers. Let's change the landscape. So people in the center are very smart. Huh? They are like saying like we are good here. So last benchers, you have seats here. Please make yourself. Yeah. So why do you think? What inspires you? Yeah. Yes. What inspires you to have a startup? Okay. No, my question is, what inspires you to be here and focus so much on your startup? So knowledge helps. Great. So to gain knowledge and help you make more informative, right? So more decisive as such. So be more decisive. Great. So yeah, that's what I wanted to say, and because it's little evening session, so I just want to appreciate each and everyone to come here, and I would expect a round of applause to each and everyone. You all are great. You all are powerful. You all are loved. So let's do that. And yes, so the approach of design thinking is also about that. The first step is inspiration, right? Without being inspired, you can't even, go from last to first or first to last. So inspiration is very important in your journey. So before you even start designing, inspiration is essence. So yesterday, I think these two characters were there. They were traveling up and down in terms of understanding the customers, market size, etc. But today, again, the startup journey is it's still tough. You still have lots of fogginess. You still have lots of patterns here. So it's not linear. It's non-linear, journey. What I want you to focus here is the tools that we are going to learn today. One of the tools that you have learned was the value proposition canvas, which is very helpful for you to zoom in exactly to the customer needs. That's the prime need of VPC. Why startups use VPC? To directly zoom in, understand what was the customer profile. If someone can quickly give me an answer. What were the blocks of customer profile? Yes. Absolutely, absolutely. So the gains of the customer, jobs to be done for the customer, and the gains that are needed for the customer to delight the customer, right? So that's the prime focus, right? So let's keep that the number one, purpose of working on the value proposition canvas. Now what we are going to learn is lean canvas, and this is again a big picture. So when you zoom out from this lean canvas, you actually have a business model, right? So so again, right now you all are at a stage where you are designing. I believe most of you are at a idea stage, pre-revenue stage. So this is where you design your assumptions. You test your assumptions. Mostly, as I said, the journey is more into assumptions and then validations. So let's get into it. So this is the first thing which I want to talk today is about the business model for startups, right? So if you search online, there are again many business models for various size of companies. So I'm just focusing on startups today, right? So I definitely appreciate the value proposition canvas, but there is more to it. That is nothing but in order to be a successful startup, you need to have both business model as well as the value proposition. Because as we were discussing yesterday again that if you are just with the VPC, You may have a great product, but it might not be helpful for you for a longer run. It might not be viable for you. You may have the desirability aspect, the three circles, but the feasibility and the viability is something that you need to look as a business, so that you are sustainably providing services or products to your customer. So this is again, so the aspect here is when you are looking at the lean canvas, we basically zoom out. We zoom out from the customer. We take an overview. So lean canvas is again a complete blueprint for your startup. Right? It's a like simple example. If you're going for constructing of your house, you may not just start using bricks and start making the house, but you need some sort of a layout, right? So you need some design, you need architecture to give some designs and things like that. So exactly like that, before you even start your startup journey, you need to spend some time to think, to design all those aspects. So let's jump into it right away. So you will love this session if you are overwhelmed by the task of value creation. You know that there is so much out there, but you are not able to figure out. You love this session if you're frustrated by unproductive meetings, misaligned teams, and things like that. So let's try to work on that as well. And then the reason for me to come again and again to the startup ecosystem is involved in bold, shiny projects that blew sometime, right? So it's very important to have a sustainable business model. So for that, it takes iterations. Right, so these are some things, and then again, definitely, this is again one of my favorite, disappointed by the failure of a very good idea. You knew that it's something important there. You knew that the customer need, but you were not able to deliver. So again, that's where the business model and the lean canvas will help. So you will love this session. Definitely, you are here to understand the patterns, right? So everything has a pattern, right? So the world works with patterns, right? Sunrise to sunset. So even in startups, we have the patterns. It's just that you need to understand, align yourself with those patterns. Then leverage the experience and skills of your team, right? So these are very important aspects. There need to be alignment here. The skills need to be complementary to each other, right? So like I think we had session yesterday where the question was, if all are tech people, then who would run the marketing or sales, right? So very important to have mix. Then obviously, we again have issues with time management. We again have issues with unable to understand at the right moment what exactly did the customer need. Right. So So this is basically a quick glance about what we are going to do. So basically 3 blocks, 3 main topics that we are going to cover. One is the lean canvas, then the business model. Then we'll work on the back of the envelope calculation. It's again a very good tool, or I can say template for you to work on the feasibility aspect. We may dream big, but we need to take each step at a time. So we need to understand, is my startup or is my problem that I have identified, is it feasible to execute or not? So that's again important. So we are going to work on that aspect as well. So we covered everything. We covered desirability, we covered the feasibility, and then the viability aspect, right? So just have a look at it. This is again a Canva. This looks very cute here, so looks very simple, very clean. But as you dive into it, it has a world within itself. In 2009, I remember preparing the business plan for my investor. It was 50 pages. Were there anyone who could relate? Business plans, business reports? Yes, yes. Okay. So then this has come. After I went for another investor round, I just presented this, no other pitch slide. So it was very much relevant. And then definitely I had a team slide which was talking about the team. But this is so powerful. So the outcome of this would be the business model, right? So we have to understand that what we are learning today is all interconnected. We learned the value proposition canvas just a few hours back. So that's helping us understand the problem. I'm sure you have understood the problem there, the solution, then the customer segment, the unique value proposition. These are all blocks which you actually zoomed in while you're working in VPC. Right, so as I said, there is a connect. There is a connect between the VPC and the lean canvas. So that's the reason why it is, right? So in simple terms, to create value for your business, you need to create value for your customer. But again, to sustainably create value for your business, for your customers, you need to create proper business. You need to create the viable business. So that's very important here. So I have a couple of things to discuss here when it comes to the business model. I have a video that needs to be played. Excuse me, sir. Just pay attention to this video. So right after the video, we'll come back and start working on the lean canvas. So while the video is coming, I'll just try to, give you a quick insider of that. The video is talking about the business model, right? So it's important to, zoom out and zoom in periodically. It's important that you see the big picture and then again you deep dive in terms of understanding those aspects. You can just paste it if possible. The link is also, yeah. Not really.
Simple words, it is how a venture plans to generate. What exactly is a business model? In simple words, it is how a venture plans to generate revenues and make a profit. A business model shows how a venture can deliver value to its customers in the form of products or services and monetize some of that value. The terms business plan and business model are confusing and sometimes used interchangeably, but they are different. A business plan is a detailed roadmap of how you want to develop a product or service. It is a formal statement of your business goals, a detailed plan with steps for attaining those goals. Your business model, on the other hand, is where you conceptualize your business or define it. It lays out the problems you want to solve, how you intend to go about solving the problem, and how you plan to monetize the value you are delivering for your own venture. In other words, your business model is the basis on which you create your business plan. Another key thing you need to understand about business models is that two businesses may be solving the same problem for a customer but may have entirely different business models. Confused? Let's dig deeper. Consider the case of Airbnb and Hilton Hotels. For a customer, both these companies deliver the same value, a place to stay when traveling. But their business models are very different. Hilton incurs large costs to build their own hotels, earning money primarily through what customers pay for renting a room. Airbnb, on the other hand, is an aggregator for various homeowners of houses, apartments, and rooms. It earns money through commissions. This example illustrates how the business model differentiates one business from another, even if they deliver the same value to customers. Some basic business model types are manufacturer, distributor, retailer, aggregator, e-tailer, franchise, brick and clicks, freemium, subscription, SaaS, and marketplace. Sounds like a long list. Not to worry, we'll discuss these now. Let's begin with the manufacturer business model. In this model, a company makes a finished product from raw materials and sells it to distributors. The distributors then sell the finished goods to customers. Samsung, Philips, Cross, and even Rotimatic are examples of manufacturing companies. In a distribution business model, a company buys finished goods from a manufacturer and sells to retailers who sell directly to customers. Any car dealership is an example of a distribution business model. E-tailers sell products online without a brick and mortar store. Flipkart, Amazon, Nino are examples of e-tailers. The aggregator is a new type of business model. In this model, a company brings together multiple service providers under one brand and offers them to customers. Companies such as Oyo Rooms and Uber are aggregator companies and earn money through commissions. Gold's Gym, The Body Shop, and McDonald's are examples of franchise business model. A franchisee can choose to be a retailer or a distributor. Instead of creating a new product, a franchisee uses the product and business model of the parent company. A franchisee has to pay royalties for using the brand of the parent company. Almost all clothing companies now have a brick and clicks business model. In this model, companies set up brick and mortar stores as well as online shopping opportunities for customers. Companies such as the Gift Box, Birchbox, and Netflix use a subscription model where a customer pays a fixed amount at regular intervals. There are some business models that are suitable mostly for digital products such as software, photos, or videos. This includes freemium, SaaS, or marketplace. Freemium is the most common business model found on the internet. In this model, companies such as Slack and Truecaller provide some basic services free and charge a premium for different add-ons. Software as a service, or SaaS, is a software licensing and delivery business model. In this model, the software is centrally hosted in a server and customers pay a subscription for the license. Trello and Zendesk have been successfully using the SaaS model. In a marketplace business model, a company provides an online platform where many vendors and customers buy and sell products. In this model, both the vendors and customers form a trusted relationship with the platform. Vendors don't need to spend money on marketing their products, and customers purchase based on their trust for the platform. eBay and Shutterstock are examples. There are many more types of business models. We have discussed some of them here, but there are new ones emerging every day. Businesses often change their business.
Right. So you might have seen lots of business models now. And the next slide is basically talking about all of that. Right. So this is what you might have seen in the video talking about various business models. I would want to keep an activity after some time about which business model that would you prefer for your business, right? Again, as I said, business model is the output, what comes out of the lean canvas. So it takes some time. So we will have some, the next session is purely on the lean canvas. We'll see how we work each and every slide, each and every block of the lean canvas as well. Right. So there is something that I want to clear before the lean canvas. Right. Lean canvas, I believe we had discussed a lot here. We'll deep dive into it in the next session. Back of the envelope calculation. How many of you do this? How many of you do this in your daily life? Maybe tissue le liya and kuch scribble karna. Yes, students? Yes. How many over there? Yeah, last bench. Great. Okay. So over there, last bench. Yes. Great. Because of the practice that the last people have come front, so I'll ask the front people. Why do you use the back of the envelope? Basic calculations.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Great. Quick basic calculations.
Yes, indeed.
Yes. Anyone from here? Yes. Why do you use?
Sometimes in some scenario we don't have like a big copy or something, so sometimes we use our hand like to calculate or do something.
Okay. Is it cheating or like?
No sir, I was just joking for that.
In exams, you okay? I know that. Okay. Reuse of the value. Great. Yes. Just for convenience. Okay.
Something strikes in the mind before it gets vanished.
Absolutely, like catching those ideas, right? $1 million ideas. Yes. What about? Yes. I think the mic. Can you help us? Thank you. Yes.
So some of the easy steps that we do not need to show in the original sequence, but we need to do it for our convenience.
Great. So lots of questions here, and lots of reasons as well, right? Yes.
For a quick snapshots of how much is inflowing and how much is outflowing actually.
How much is inflowing or outflowing? Great. So I think we can end with him.
So sometimes what happens is sometimes we forget what we want to do, and in the spirit of the moment, it comes to our mind and we write it down.
Okay, very good. Right, exactly. I think the reason why we use back of the envelope is also the same. Sometimes you just want to compare the prices, or you want to just quickly do a calculation to check. Even I think your parents would have also done that in shopping market, like rin sabun kitne ka hai, Tide kitne ka hai, quickly jotting down. And you may also have a grocery list where you will be seeing ki, okay, this sabzi wala is giving 35 bucks, that sabzi wala is giving 20, so you save 10, right? So that's what back of the envelope is. Quickly checking the feasibility, and if you are getting a cheaper product, why not? So in startups, we use this to do the quick feasibility test of our so-called fresh $1 million ideas. You can see 3 colors, right? Everyone can see 3 colors. Anyone from back? Yes, 3. Okay. So we have 3 colors here with 3 different, purpose. So first is you use the color green to calculate the costs. Again, there are basically 3 different types of costs: startup cost, fixed and variable costs, right? And then you have the red ones, which are the revenue. Over here you have number of sales, number of customers, number of, price per unit and all those details. And then the summary here, the one in the blue, is helping you calculate, helping you generate the profit margin, helping you get the break even. How many of you have heard break even? Yes? Wow, great. Break even? Anyone from the other side? Break even? Not really? One student. Okay. So break even is basically profits and losses are kind of both same, even, both are even. Then we have the payback period and contribution. So basically this is the so-called summary wala box, right? So it's important to understand each and everything, but with the interest of time, I can just quickly take you through what exactly is startup cost. Startup cost is basically the cost which incur during start of your business. Licensing ho gaya, or you want to buy some furniture, one-time investments for starting of your business. Then you have the fixed cost. Fixed cost, anyone quickly? Yes, sir.
The cost which remains fixed with the level of production
Yes.
over a
Any
given period of
examples?
time.
Any example?
For example, like salary to the permanent employees.
Perfect, perfect. Salary, yes. Anyone else?
The rent can also be the fixed cost only.
Yes, absolutely. Right? So fixed costs are fixed and they are reoccurring. One more thing to add, reoccurring, repeated. Right? So fixed cost is there, and then we have variable cost. Right? Variable by the name itself is like varying. Today you have the cost this month. Come again, sir? Yeah. Yeah, if it is increasing everyone, then it will have to come to variable cost. It depends in the sector wise. So if you are in a restaurant and you have raw materials, for example, generally you see that the restaurant footfall is high during the weekends. So the people need to stock up the raw materials more there. So I have seen a pizza house next to my house. So there again, so the 50, 100, 200 pizzas are going in every 2-3 hours. So that's a variable cost. Variable cost. It depends on the demand of the customers. Flight charges, yes. So again, depends on the festive season, right? Some charges are quickly increasing. So that's, simply the variable cost. Because this is not the complete financial plan, it will be easily done by each and everyone, I think. And you can use this, this same format for your own journey as you, go back and work on your startups, just to get the quick feasibility. Then, just to conclude, startup cost, fixed, variable, these are the blocks, customer per day, and then you have the revenue aspect. So again, these are the summary of those what we discussed. Right, so startup costs, fixed cost, variable costs. Then we have the revenue, then the summary. So you can modify the summary, whatever the requirements are, right? It can be, break even, it can be, as I was talking about, the profit margin, gross profit, all of those can be added here. It's basically formula driven. So you can add the formula and then. So what are the lessons learned? So far we covered so many topics. There are a couple of things I want to, draw your attention. The number one is the journey, right? As I used to say, it's basically non-linear journey, and we are trying to make it little more predictable. We are making it, let's say, little known, and for that you need tools. For that you need to experiment a lot, right? Small experiments. We are entrepreneurs, so we undertake responsibilities, but we don't like risks, right? We don't like risk. We try to mitigate risks. That's important. Right? As we are very low in resources, it's very important for us to save those resources. Right? My mentor used to say, you don't know about the profit you make, but you definitely can control the costs. Right? That's absolutely needed. So during your search, during your designing, during your so-called testing, you will have obviously lots of uncertainties, and it's inevitable. You have to go through that. And as you progress, definitely you will be more viable, and then you have the graph of uncertainty coming down. You little bit are aware of how things are, you understand the patterns, you understand who is a good customer, who is boring customer, who are the customers who are बोलते हैं ना कल payment कर देंगे, so people who are delaying your payments and things like that. So all of that will be easier for you. Then things to again note down: experiment to reduce risk, right? So you just can't assume things, right? So the tools which we learn today can easily be made with assumptions. Value proposition canvas can be made ki haan, my customer loves this, my customers hate this, this is the job that my customer would need. These are all very simple to make. You don't need a customer. But again, that is just an assumption, delusion, right? So we need to make sure that we're actually solving someone's problem, somebody's problem, right? Not some problem, but somebody's problem. Then the alignment aspect. As I was talking about the fit, I think ma'am has also covered the fit aspect. What was the fit? Anyone? Did you get the fit? What was the fit? In the VPC? Was there a fit discussion? Little louder, please. Okay. So the fit is basically the alignment, the mapping between the customer profile and the value proposition, right? So whatever the jobs that the customer would need to be served by your services and products. Whatever the pains that the customers are facing needs to be addressed through, what was that? Pain? Little higher, yaar, energy low hai kya? Higher, little higher. Pain killers, pain relievers. Little confused with the jargons, I believe, but I hope you are getting the picture, right? Pain needs to be reduced by painkillers. Gains can be increased, leveraged by gain creators, right? So that was the fit. So alignment is needed, and even in the lean canvas, we are going to do that. Then measure, monitor, and improve, right? So we need to start measuring. That's the reason why we have the back of the envelope. Yes, right? So we need to start measuring our progress. It's not how big your startup is, it's about how great it is performing. So that's important. So you need to see how well it is performing. Big companies fail if they are not performing. Small companies thrive if they are performing, right? You might have seen lots of companies thriving if they are performing well. Companies being acquired if they are performing well, right? So then we have the reinvention part. So you need to reinvent. If the things are working well, reinvent, right? You don't have to wait for situation to force you to change, right? What was can anyone give me a product, as we have time in hand? Maybe we can pick up some products which had to change, but it was too late. Some products that we used and today they are obsolete. Yes?
Nokia's phone.
Come again?
Nokia's phone.
Nokia's phone, beautiful, beautiful. Anyone else? So many others. Bitcoin, interesting.
The reinvention is required or they are obsolete from the market now?
Like they couldn't reinvent themselves.
Okay, then alarm clocks.
Alarm clocks, great. Yes, they are now everybody's using mobile, right? Things to just quickly, introspect. Anyone else? Kodak camera, yeah, why not? But yeah, that's again good thing. Some things which are coming back. Anyone? Radio, great. Some things which were ancient and now they are coming back.
Sir, Blinkit.
BlackBerry phones. Okay. Polaroid cameras. Yes. Polaroid cameras. Now it's a trend. People love Polaroid cameras. Jeans, yes, bell-bottom jeans. Baggy jeans, absolutely, right? Bicycle. Yes, again, wonderful example. SD cards, yes. Right, so there are lots of things that are reinvented or, are obsolete. So I have a bonus slide here. So just to give this extra nugget. So why do you want to walk when you can ride? So what is there to ride? Basically, these are the tools, and definitely, use this and drive rather than walking. So this is again, trending nowadays. You might have seen an alternate game for this. It's a very famous game now. So this is again, uh, you know, basic steps to build a product or build an offer which can't be, denied. Right? It has been basically inspired from a movie called Godfather. Right? I'll give you an offer that you can't deny. Right? So for that, you need to see that it's all interconnected, right? So you see that the lean canvas is again at the starting phase. Again, you need to design your business model well. Again, it's an iteration. You don't see that it's just a single line. No, you can see that there are again loops taking you back. So that's very important. Then you understand the problem. So that, again, the usual journey, understand the problem, understand the customer, define solution, build solution, then test the solution, and then launch your MVP. So MVP is again an interesting jargon that I'm leaving you with. With the interest of time, I think we cannot cover it, but I will, leave you here. And where the rubber hits the road is basically the offering, if they are able to purchase or not. Right? How do you know that? Okay, let me reiterate my question. Would you prefer 1,000 likes or maybe 10 sales on your solutions? 10 sales, obvious, right? So it's in your hands. It's in your hands to connect to those customer and jump from the, jump through the chasm, right? So khai se aage jane ke liye, it's in your hands. It's important that you catch those customers, what we call it as niche, early adopters, connect with them and build something which they need. They need so much that this is the number one priority for them, that they will inevitably buy from you. There will be reiterations. It's not just ki in first go you will done. So the failures are there, but definitely you will reach out. So any questions here? Any questions before we jump in again to the lean canvas? We have some time. So this is where we will be discussing as we go, right? So the next session would be on the lean canvas.
So can you please show the slide showing the
Business
business model?
model? Yes. This was the one, and which one you want? Second last? This one? Okay. What was the question? Okay, let's come back to question. If you have any question. The points, okay. So business model actually didn't cover, it was a video that was covering the business model. I am unable to identify which slide. Right, so business model basically. Okay, so the theory part, okay. So this is basically the types of business model. This is where I want you to focus, right? So you can pick any one initially, try to, so-called validate that cycle, and then maybe start taking 2-3 different types of business model later on, right? Yes.
Sir, what is mafia offer and how it goes back to discover and in last second slide, can you go to there?
Yeah.
Likely problem discovery. What is the relationship between mafia offer and problem discovery? Can you explain it briefly?
Okay, I think you are asking because there is a red line going
yes,
back.
Yes.
So mafia offer is nothing but inspired from the Godfather movie, the offer that's given and cannot be denied, right? How many of you, I think some of you might have seen it. The thing is, if you are able to get the right fit with the customer, like I was talking about the ma'am in the morning, if you are able to exactly give what the customer needs, and maybe you give extra, which is by gains and things like that, he or she would definitely take it. So there will be no denial if you are exactly delivering or over delivering what the customer needs. So that's the offer that cannot be denied. So that will take, it won't happen in the first time, right? If you're applying for some exam or something, if it is very tough, so maybe you can't get it in the first attempt, so you need to try again, right? So I can take an example of Jack Ma. I think he was, applying for KFC, I think for more than 10 times or something, right? Again, he couldn't get it. So he was never disheartened. So it's an iteration. So again, the journey is iterative. Any questions here on business model? Yes.
Sir, as you told that many days the business model come into the market and new business models are also being coming up. Is it possible that any of our entrepreneur startups might also have the same business model and we can employ into ours?
Saying, okay. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So if I understand your question right, you are saying that the business models are already there, right?
Yes, and more are also coming also in the market.
Okay. So what is the differentiator, right? Right. So this is basically a combination of so many aspects. So while you're coming to business model, it is a zoom out. Like you can, ride a Ferrari, you can ride a Maruti car, and you can ride so many cars. Everybody has the same model, but the performance differs, right? So charter and things are the same. So that's the differentiator. So the detail is important, right? There are lots of companies, and I think yesterday I was discussing about companies such as Oyo rooms and things like that, right? So there were so many companies before Oyo. So they are just two who have come out of, let's say, a graveyard of 1,000 startups who are doing the same business model, right? So that's important to check.
So can a startup or a business have multiple business model of their product as they can sell their product in a different way?
Absolutely, absolutely. Big startups do. Any questions here? Yes. Bricks and clicks. I think in the video, the model is basically brick and mortar store plus click. So simple example can be First Cry. First Cry, the baby brand, has the offline stores as well as the online. So you can purchase, the customer can purchase even from the local stores, the physical stores and the online store. That's brick and click. Online, yes, e-commerce. Yes. H&M, yes. Every company nowadays have come brick and click, yes.
Sir, I want to ask about that. Google, they do not rely on these models. Like they have the model like in which they pay free users and they earn via like showing the targeted ads and so which business model they're gonna lie in?
Anyone? Premium.
Premium, sir. But sir, they don't charge anything, but they give us.
They have ads, no? AdSense. So again, if you go to YouTube also, the YouTuber is not getting anything. AdSense, right? You can generate a lot of money through ads if you are having the number of viewers and subscribers and things like that. So there are lots of concepts behind these business models. With the interest of time, maybe we can just discuss it. But definitely, you have ChatGPT to deep dive, get all those details. Right, and premium is a very good model, but again, it's a long-term model. It's not something for everybody.
So, sir, can we say like a new upcoming business should use freemium, like as you said?
Depends on your capacity. Depends on your so-called the vision, what you are setting up. Right? So, what exactly are you focusing? What exactly the customer would want?
Thank you, sir.
Yeah.
Sir, thank you for the talk. Sir, if I am initializing a startup and I collected a team of some members, and then how important is this to visualize 5 to 10 years after this point? How important is this ki I should have this mindset ki at what point my startup will be after 5 to 10 years? If this is important, then how do I build up that mindset to have that vision?
So, in terms of visualization, you're saying, okay. So, visualization, I can say it's quite important in terms of looking in terms of things which are right now tough. So, in terms of I think if we are at this stage, we obviously can get scared, right? So, it is important to have a positive mindset and then understand that the journey is iterative, it will have lots of crash and burn and then lots of roadblocks. So you need to have a positive mindset and always think that there is a light on the other side of the tunnel. Yeah, it's important. It's absolutely important. Inspiration. That's where I started today, right? So design thinking again, as I think started my first day with design thinking. So rather than 5 modules, there are again 6 or 7 modules as well. So first module was again design. In the design thinking was inspiration by some of the experts. Yeah.
Thank you, sir. Thank you.
Yes, sir. So my question is that, like, as a customer, I would see the quality of the product to buy my required product. So I do not see what business model the company is following. So what benefit do the companies get by following the different business models?
Okay. So you're talking about the relation between the company and the competitor.
Yes, sir.
Right. So it's clearly that if everybody is selling, let's say, if everybody is selling the same ice cream, you will have less chances that the customer would come and take it from you. So being unique is very important. Having that competitive advantage is important.
No, sir. I am telling that if you are doing the same product only, but having different business models, so the customer would look at the final product, would not look at the business models.
Yes.
Then what benefit do the company get by following that business model?
Right. Great question there. So yesterday we were discussing about the preferences, right? Right. Geography, psychography, behavior. So some people might not want to pay, like the gentleman over there saying that customers, if I want to give free, more will come, right? So that's basically the set of audience there. So if you have different business models, you will be able to cater everyone. And as a business, definitely you are able to make revenue a lot. If you are able to cater a lot. So once you are validating with the niche, these people are already your fans and they are definitely going to stay with you. You can then look out for the other types of business models as well. Right? Getting my point?
Yes, sir. Yes.
Yeah. Great. Any questions? Something unique with the... Yeah.
So what are the common mistakes we should avoid while following this linear canvas?
Lean canvas? Lean. I'll come to that. I have that separate slide for you. Yeah. Questions? Yeah, we have 5 more minutes. Right, so I would like to also, give you some references that you can do. These are the concepts which are, can be read in deeper by, referring to leanstack.com, and then also you have the strategizer.com. So these are again a lot of content into it, because with the interest of time, we were able to just have a window of that, whole concepts, right? So I want you to also, if you are interested to learn more about it, definitely you can go to the source and understand all these concepts as well, right? I think let's park our session. We definitely will catch up after some time, right? Thanks a lot. Keep moving forward. Bye. Okay. कैसा रिकॉर्डिंग होगा? So I would request participants to be here. We have insights and the feedback session now. We'll have some engagement with all of you. I can't hear you.
सुनाई नहीं दे रहा?
So ma'am was saying if anyone is interested to give feedback, you can please raise your hands. We will, definitely come to you.
First thing is, what are the takeaways? 1, 2, 3 करके मैं पूछूंगी ऐसे रो वाइज, अगर किसी ने हाथ नहीं उठाया तो, है ना? So we will start from there. उनको माइक दे दीजिए सर को. So your first takeaway from the session
Today,
today?
good evening, everybody. Actually, coming from the literature background, I didn't have an idea all these terminologies being discussed over here. But whatever I could gather is simply incredible, and I must say, I'm going to take away so many things. Means I didn't understand anything about this. So many kinds of business being discussed by sir over here. So as I'm more sinking into it, I'm getting more idea, and things are getting clearer right now.
Okay, you're from school or college?
I'm from school. I come from literature background. I just said I didn't have any idea about all this.
So you're from
I have
which
come along
school?
with the students. My students have come over here.
Which school?
Holy Cross Ghato, Ranchi.
Okay, next. Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir.
Yeah, your takeaway or feedback? बोलिए बोलिए बोलिए. चल रहा है हाँ.
मैम
हिंदी में बोलिए कोई बात नहीं.
मैम बहुत इन्जॉय किया और बहुत कुछ सीखने को मिला मैम.
Okay.
एंड बिजनेस मॉडल ऑब्वियसली मैम बहुत अच्छे से मेरे को जानने को मिला क्या क्या सीखना है क्या नहीं.
अच्छा, आप स्कूल से हैं कॉलेज
कॉलेज से मैम.
कॉलेज से कहाँ से?
ट्राइडेंट एकेडमी ऑफ टेक्नोलॉजी.
ट्राइडेंट. नेक्स्ट को दीजिए. योर टेक अवे. आई जस्ट वांट वन वर्ड है ना, तो जल्दी करेंगे हम. योर टेक अवे.
Ma'am, for the first day, I thought like most of us we are going to be taught like obvious things, get motivated and all. But it took increase in that curve after the second day, and I love learning those new jargons and terms in
jargons.
Yes.
तो ये मैंने पिक किया यहाँ से. बिजनेस जार्गन्स सर ने सीखा है. नेक्स्ट. मैं वेट कर रही थी कोई अच्छा वर्ड मिल जाए ना, फिर अब मैं पूछूंगी क्या क्या जार्गन सीखा है. या
So I have learned particularly about the establishment of an idea. That means
एस्टेब्लिशमेंट ऑफ आइडिया.
idea and its value proposition. How
Value
to check,
proposition.
check its value proposition. That's what the major takeaway I got.
Okay. Which is the best session that you liked the most?
Uh,
All of them.
all of them, mostly, particularly the sessions by Shivani ma'am and
Shivani
Wasim
ma'am
sir.
and Wasim sir.
Hello, good evening, madam. Myself, Dr. Kishore from Aditya Nana University, Rajahmundry, Andhra Pradesh.
Okay.
Today's session, I'm very much impressed about the sustainable development goals and how to do that kind of goals and what is my contribution to achieve the sustainable development goals.
ओके, थैंक यू. आप पीछे दे दीजिए. नहीं सर तो फर्स्ट बेंचर है, उनको नहीं पूछेंगे हम.
Sir, each and every topic that is discussed is equally
I just want
important.
one word that you will
that,
remember.
Niche market and segmentation part.
Segmentation and marketing. Okay. Next.
Ma'am, SDG.
SDG. अपना नाम बताओ ना पहले.
Myself, Piyush Kumar Singh from Trident Academy of Technology.
अच्छा. Next.
Hi, I am Vishal Kumar Pardia from Trident Academy.
Achha.
I am learn about business model as well as how to implement it. It is thank you for coming here and likely that.
Very good. Okay.
Myself, Manas Kumar Jana from Trident Academy of Technology.
Okay.
I learned about different types of business models and how startups operate using the business models.
Okay. Okay. So what is that you have learned? Which startup, which business model?
Like madam, we learned about premium business models.
Premium
which
business models.
And then SaaS, software as a service.
Okay. हाँ.
Good morning, ma'am.
Yeah.
I am Monosit Sen from class 10, ma'am. DAV Model School, KST Basan.
Okay.
So, ma'am, my biggest takeaway today was the different business models. We came to learn about the business models which we have not even heard till today, like freemium
Expected
and
है आप 10th में हो तो.
Like, ma'am, the freemium and SSS, that's one.
Freemium and SSS. Okay, ma'am.
Hello, ma'am. I'm completely immersed into this from past 3 days. Coming out also is taking time. In fact, answering your question, understanding, oh my God, what I have not learned. So answering this question is very, very tough. But of course, all the sessions were so well. Ergonomics, why it is so important, lean canvas. Morning, when before this, ma'am, Shivani ma'am was having session, and you're also aware. I was searching ma'am, crazily, when just trying to discuss with ma'am what went well, where I can go, etc., etc. So I'm getting a direction here. Though when I came here, I was just
We just expect